Hey everybody, this is the Mage of Ancients, and I'm back with another weekly vlog. As you probably know by now, the first details of the new Legendary Collection Kaiba set have been leaked yesterday. For one thing, the new Legendary Collection Kaiba set is going to be released in March next year. For another detail, the set is going to be all foil. So what does that mean for each box of Legendary Collection Kaiba? Well, in tradition of pretty much every other Legendary Collection set, each box of this set is going to come with some promos, including a new Critias fusion monster. We don't know for sure yet, but let's hope that we can finally see Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon being printed into the card game. And each box comes with a new revamped version of the Mega Pack that we've already seen. Like, each Mega Pack that we've already seen comes with one rare, one ultra rare, one secret rare, and one super rare, and a bunch of commons. But each Legendary Collection Kaiba Mega Pack will come with 4 secret rares and 6 super rares. This should come as no surprise, seeing that Kaiba would spare no expense to hunt down and pursue the rarest cards in the world, not only so that he can beat Yugi, but also so that he can be the very best, like no one ever was. Oh wait, wrong franchise. But the fact that the Legendary Collection Kaiba set is going to be an all-foil set brings me to my next point. And that's the idea that this set could bring us some good and much-needed reprints. So I put together a little list of reprints that I strongly believe should be in this set. For my picks on this list, I factored in the value that each of these cards hold at the time and date that I'm recording this video, as well as the versatility of these cards, and not in just Blue Eyes based decks. With that being said, here are my top 5 picks for reprints that I believe should be in the Legendary Collection Kaiba set. So to start off with number 5, I have Raigeki. This should be no surprise since we've already seen a secret rare Raigeki reprint in the Yugi's World and Joey's World sets. So why not have a secret rare reprint of Raigeki for Kaiba's set as well? Well, the reason why I put it at number 5 is because of how Raigeki would fit into the game should a new ban list be released around the time that Legendary Collection Kaiba releases. On one side of the coin, if Raigeki does get reprinted, then there are going to be even more copies of Raigeki running around. And more copies of a card means that more people have access to it. And with more people having access to a card, then they're going to more likely use it in a deck. And if Raigeki gets used too often in official tournaments and duels, then eventually we're going to see Raigeki get banned from the next ban list altogether. On the flip side of Raigeki getting reprinted in this set, that's just it. More people are going to have access to this card, which means that more people are going to have access to these really cool and powerful cards. So the 2 potential repercussions of Raigeki, should it get reprinted in this set, is the reason why I decided to keep it at number 5. Next up, my number 4 pick for a reprint that should be in this set is Silver's Cry. We've only had 2 prints of this card already in, let's say, I think it's the Saga of Blue Eyes deck, as well as Duelist Pack Rivals of the Pharaoh. But that's just it. Right now, Silver's Cry sits at like, I think it's like $5 a piece. So I don't think it should hurt that Silver's Cry gets reprinted one more time. In case you guys don't know what it does, Silver's Cry lets you target and special summon a dragon-type normal monster from your graveyard. The reason why I left Silver's Cry at number 4 is because there aren't that many meta decks that could make use of this card. The only two archetypes that could make use of Silver's Cry are Blue Eyes and Red Eyes. But with the new Heraldic Link monster coming soon to the OCG, then not only will we be able to see the revitalization of the Heraldic archetype, but we will also have a Silver's Cry reprint to look forward to in the Legendary Collection Kaiba set, should it get reprinted in the set. Next up, my number 3 pick for a reprint that should be in the Legendary Collection Kaiba set, I actually have a tie between Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon and Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. It took me a while to think about this, but since Alternative White Dragon and Chaos Max Dragon were movie exclusive cards, then I wouldn't exactly say that we'll be able to see a reprint of these cards anytime soon. But let's not forget about Blue Eyes Shiny Dragon. When it was first released, it was released exclusively to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie packs in, I think, in 2005. It wasn't until late last year or early this year that I realized that they actually made a common reprint of this card. So, what does that say about Alternative White Dragon and Chaos Max Dragon? Well, if you look at the prices online, then each copy of Alternative White Dragon is about $8 to $10 each. or maybe even more. Also, Chaos Max Dragon costs about an average of $2 each. So with that being said, I wouldn't mind seeing a reprint of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon and Chaos Max Dragon for the sake of players who want to experience playing Blue Eyes decks. Next up, my number 2 pick for a Legendary Collection Kaiba reprint that I would love to see is Sage with Eyes of Blue. Again, more accessibility for all the potential and veteran Blue Eyes players. I may have said that Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon sits at like $8 to $10 a piece. This is the card that I actually meant. Sage with Eyes of Blue currently sits at $8 to $10 a piece, while Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon currently sits at $10, at least $10 each. This has already been reprinted a couple of times, the first time in the Shining Victories set, as well as Battles of Legend Light's Revenge this past summer. In case you guys didn't realize, as if the Blue Eyes archetype wasn't so powerful already, Sage with Eyes of Blue, in my personal opinion, takes the Blue Eyes archetype to a whole another level. For one thing, it is a level 1 tuner, so you can go into synchro summons for Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon or Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. But with the Link format, I don't think people have been able to synchro summon with Sage with Eyes of Blue as often as they did before. With that being said, it also works as a good hand trap, so that you can send one effect monster you control to the graveyard, as well as a Sage with Eyes of Blue from your hand, so you can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, or is it a Blue Eyes monster? A Blue Eyes monster from your deck. Which means that with Sage with Eyes of Blue's second effect, you'll already have access to Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dragon Spirit of White, depending on which route you want to take. Both of which are, in my opinion, very good monsters. So why not make a Sage with Eyes of Blue reprint in the Legendary Collection Kaiba set? So before I get to my number 1 pick, I do have a couple of honorable mentions. And my first honorable mention for a Kaiba set reprint is Dragon Ravine. Especially since it was just released off of the ban list this past September. So I wouldn't mind seeing a super rare, at least a super rare reprint of this card in the Kaiba set. And my second honorable mention for a Kaiba set reprint is Pot of Greed. Now, hear me out on this. Right now, Pot of Greed is just completely banned from the TCG Advanced format. It may sound crazy, but I kind of would like to see Pot of Greed make a comeback. I think that all the Pot of Greed needs is the right errata so that it could come back into the TCG Advanced format. Think about it. If they can bring back Witch of the Black Forest and Sangan with new errata into the TCG Advanced format, then I think the same can be done for Pot of Greed. And I think the new Pot of Greed errata should read, draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 Pot of Greed per turn. I think this new errata for Pot of Greed should be enough reason to bring it back to at least 1 for the TCG Advanced format. Also, it pays homage to all the GOAT format players out there. So those are my honorable mentions. Now here's the moment that we've all been waiting for. My number 1 pick for a reprint that I would love to see in the Legendary Collection Kaiba set is Return of the Dragon Lords. In my opinion, you cannot underestimate the versatility of this card. Not only is this a good way to protect your dragons after you send this card to the graveyard, but the fact that you can resurrect any level 7 or 8 dragon type monster from your graveyard makes Return of the Dragon Lords the most versatile card on this list. So it's good for archetypes like Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Odd Eyes, all the eyes, and Heretics too. Like I said, the Heretic Link monster is on the way hopefully soon. Not to mention that Return of the Dragon Lords can be used with currently meta extra deck monsters like Ancient Fairy Dragon. But the main reason why I want to see a reprint of Return of the Dragon Lords in this set is because right now it has only 1 print, and that is from the Rise of the True Dragon structure deck. And because that print is Return of the Dragon Lords only printing, the card's suggested market price is about $10 to $16 a piece. That's pretty expensive. But again, I do understand its market value. It has only 1 printing and it is a pretty versatile card. Which is why I decided to make Return of the Dragon Lords my number 1 pick for a reprint in the Legendary Collection Kaiba set. So those are my top 5 picks for reprints that I believe should be in the Legendary Collection Kaiba set. If you guys have any suggestions of what should be reprinted in this set, then be sure to let me know down in the comments below. And that's going to do it for my weekly vlog, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to help support the channel, then be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and comment on what other videos you guys would like to see me do. And as always, be sure to subscribe for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh videos to come. Thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you next time.